Kick taken 3 yards deep in the end zone. Left side return. Mecole Hardman at the 20-25. He's got some room at the 40. Mecole Hardman up the sideline. Stays on his feet. 35-30. Cuts it back. 25-20. Mecole Hardman 15. 10. 5. Touchdown. Kansas City.
Hey everybody, and welcome into The Breakdown. I'm your host, Matt McMullen, and this week we're talking Chiefs and Chargers following Sunday's victory over Los Angeles. So much to talk about here, from the Chiefs' win to the Dolphins' victory up in Foxborough, securing the number 2 seed and a first-round bye for Kansas City in the postseason. We have interviews with Patrick Mahomes, Damian Williams, Frank Clark, and Mecole Hardman this week. But first, let's hear from Coach Reid.
Really, the only injury is Juan Thornhill. We'll know more tomorrow. He's had a great year, and so we're hoping he's okay. But again, it's crazy about this team. He gets hurt, and then Armani Watts goes in and plays a good game, finishes up with limited reps. Proud of our guys. The fans were phenomenal. I mean, it was loud. Any of those offsides, when we're on defense and they jump offsides on offense there, it's a big thing. My hat goes out to the grounds crew for taking care of the field. I thought they did a great job with that and getting it ready to play with the weather that we had. So, and then I can go through the individual things. D. Williams, 12 carries for 124 yards. Proud of him because he was injured during the year and came back and played great. It's weird that DeMarcus Ware is here, and old T. Sizzle passed his record up on his way to the Hall of Fame. So both those two, I have a ton of respect for. I haven't played against both of them, and now I'm glad that 94 is on our side. So I'm good with that. Anyways, Watts, Fenton, Kendall, all coming in and playing and doing a great job on the back end. 55, 95, the D-line. I mean, 94, 95, all of them. They were rolling, and then our offensive line. I mean, hat goes off to them for really setting the tempo at the end of the game and putting a finish on the game. So all in all, a great game, and hail to the Dolphins.
Hail to the Dolphins indeed. The focus heading into this one was all on the Chargers, but as soon as that Dolphins game went final, you could feel the energy in Arrowhead. So big to secure a first-round bye in the playoffs rather than playing on Wild Card Weekend. Just a huge day for the Chiefs all around as we get ready for the playoffs. Here's what Patrick Mahomes had to say about the benefit of a bye week post-game.
It's basically a win. I mean, that's basically what it is. You basically get to win that first round of the playoffs, and you get to eliminate that game, and then you get to play a home game. And with the Chiefs Kingdom and everything that we have here at Arrowhead, I mean, that's very important to us. And so we're excited to be able to play a home game, kind of let everybody get healthy as they can get, and then prepare to play whoever we get.
Chiefs Kingdom is pretty excited about that too. And now with 12 wins on the year, including a hard-fought victory over a Chargers team determined to play spoiler, the Chiefs deserve it. It wasn't easy though, so as always, let's walk back through this one from the very beginning. The Chiefs started on defense in this one, as they so often do, and right away, the league's best defense over the last month of football was bringing it. After the Chargers moved the ball to midfield, Reggie Ragland and Anthony Hitchens created a pair of negative plays to set up a 3rd and long, which led to a punt a play later. Kansas City then drove down the field on their first possession, tallying 15 plays and churning 8 minutes of clock before Harrison Butker connected on a 40-yard field goal to push the Chiefs out in front. That was a significant field goal too as far as the record books go. It marked Butker's 143rd point of the season, breaking his own franchise record for points by a kicker in a single season that he set back in 2017. Butker is money, and the numbers back it up. The Chargers would answer, though, a drive later as Phillip Rivers found Keenan Allen for a 12-yard touchdown to claim the lead. That was the first touchdown the Chiefs had allowed since the third quarter of the Patriots game 3 weeks ago, and at least for a moment, it had LA out in front. The two teams then traded punts after that before Kansas City was faced with a 3rd and 7 at midfield 2 possessions later, when Patrick Mahomes found Mecole Hardman downfield for a 30-yard completion to move the chains. It was a great catch, but even more impressive was Hardman's ability to hold on to the ball despite a big hit from the Chargers defender.
Mahomes steps up, rifles it over the middle. Pass is caught! Mecole Hardman makes the catch at the 24-yard line of the Chargers in front of Rayshon Jenkins.
Really impressive stuff there from Hardman, and a play that will likely fly under the radar when looking back at this one, but made a big difference in the end. Here's what Mahomes had to say after the game about Hardman's third down catch.
First off, I mean, you just see how much he's grown since the beginning of training camp when I was yelling at him to keep running. I mean, he's grown each and every week, and he really understands what he needs to do and how to stay on my timing. And with that play, he was kind of an alert throw. He got out there, and I saw him on the safety, and he made the right read and kind of stayed in front of him and flattened it off. And I put it out there, and that was a big time catch. He got hit pretty hard there, and I know it's a tough one, and it got us momentum kind of going into the half.
And one big play led to an even bigger play, as just one snap later, Mahomes hit Demarcus Robinson for a 24-yard go-ahead touchdown.
Mahomes, all kinds of time. Left side throw, diving catch, touchdown! Kansas City on the deep slant, and Demarcus Robinson tastes the sweet nectar of the end zone on a 24-yard strike from Mahomes.
Great to see D-Rob back in the end zone on a beautiful pass from Mahomes, and it had the Chiefs back in front. Following Robinson's touchdown, though, the Chargers still had a little over 2 minutes left to notch a score of their own, and they appeared primed to do just that, moving all the way to the Chiefs' 33-yard line before Tyrann Mathieu picked off Phillip Rivers in the end zone.
He'll throw it long, right on a corner pattern for Williams, and the pass is intercepted. The Honey Badger got him. He didn't drop this one. Terrific leverage. And did I say Rivers hadn't thrown a pick yet? He has now.
Big-time play from a big-time player, holding the Chargers without points before the break. And that would prove critical just a little while later when the Chargers picked off Mahomes deep in Kansas City territory as the second half got underway. The Bolts turned that takeaway into 7 points a short while later as Melvin Gordon plunged ahead for a touchdown, putting LA back in front. That lead wouldn't last long though, because just moments after the touchdown, Mecole Hardman took the ensuing kickoff 104 yards for a score. Hardman has showed off his speed all year long, and paired with some exceptional blocking, the rookie return man had the Chiefs back in the lead. Hardman told us after the game about when he knew he had a chance to break this one.
When I seen Sherm come around, when I seen Sherm get his block, 2-4 was on the edge, and I seen a little crease right there, I said I would just go and hit it, and when I hit it, nobody was there, and I mean, the return team blocked it up great. I mean, we're looking at it on the iPad, man, they blocked it up great. I couldn't ask for a better block.
Understandably, the energy level at Arrowhead was incredible following Hardman's touchdown. And it continued through the Chiefs' next defensive series when Terrell Suggs, the future Hall of Famer that joined the Chiefs last week, brought down Rivers on third down to stall the LA drive.
2 seconds on the play clock. Rivers to throw. In trouble. He's going to be sacked and taken down. Guess who got him? Terrell Suggs. T-Sizzle with the sack coming up the middle.
That sack moved Suggs past DeMarcus Ware for the 8th most all-time, and it flipped possession back over to Kansas City. Then, on just one offensive play, Damian Williams rolled off would-be tacklers and broke free for an 84-yard touchdown down the sideline.
Come on a perimeter run, the underneath handoff to Damian Williams, and he breaks a tackle up the sideline, 40, 45, 50. Remember, he had the 91-yarder against the Vikes. This is going to be 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, Damian Williams, an 84-yard touchdown!
Just an awesome run there by Williams, refusing to go down before breaking loose and finding the end zone. We caught up with Williams after the game to talk about his long touchdown run.
Oh, man, I seen Fish do a great job of, making a kick-out block, and it was just a big hole there. So all I could do, hit it with velocity and, trust, my speed and power to come out of that and spin out of that. And after that, it was history. And we work on things like that, spinning out of it and keeping your head up and bursting from there.
Williams' touchdown put the Chiefs up by 10 midway through the third quarter, creating a sense of urgency on the part of the Chargers a drive later. Los Angeles drove all the way to the Chiefs' 5-yard line, threatening to pull within a field goal, but the defense stuffed Melvin Gordon on 4th and 1, ending the drive.
They stretch the chains, they don't make it! And this Kansas City defense, which has been spectacular in the red zone and in goal-to-go situations, they stop it there. That wasn't goal to go, but it was at the 6, and the Chiefs hold on downs.
Huge stop there, but the Chargers weren't about to go away. The Chiefs couldn't get anything going on their next drive, and on the Chargers' next possession, Rivers led a 14-play, 86-yard drive that ended in an 8-yard touchdown strike to tight end Hunter Henry. That made the margin just 3 with over 5 minutes left, taking us to what really ended up being the most critical drive in the game. And facing a third down deep in their own territory, the Chiefs moved the chains when Patrick Mahomes unloaded a 47-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill.
Throwing it long. He wants Tyreek Hill, trying to track it. Makes the catch over the shoulder. The cheetah burns him deep down to the Charger 27-yard line. Drew Tranquil, the linebacker, was back there. Mahomes had the coverage he wanted. A Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, against a linebacker. That's a cheetah outrunning an elephant for the football.
This play was such a great example of how dynamic this offense is. And as soon as Mahomes spotted a linebacker on the fastest player in the league, you better believe he was throwing the ball to number 10. Here's what Mahomes had to say about that play after the game.
When I saw him covered by a linebacker, I was putting it up. I mean, that was my first thought. I didn't want to overthrow it. I wanted to give him a chance to make a play, so I tried to throw it. It wasn't a great spiral, but it was right there, and he made a great catch on it. And so we had called similar plays to that, and we had gotten that kind of look, and we didn't expect them to fully cover him with the linebacker. And I think they kind of got a little. They saw Kelsey kind of come across the middle and try to jump it, knowing that we hit him on that play a lot. And so when they did that, I just fired it out there to Tyreek.
That play then set up the game-sealing touchdown run, again by Damian Williams, who fought off defenders to plunge ahead for his second score of the day.
Handoff, Damian Williams to the right. They clear it out. He keeps his hand on the ground. Dives, touchdown! Kansas City! Damian Williams kept his hand on the ground and his inertia moving forward. Great blocks and a big day for Damian Williams.
That touchdown capped off just a great drive for the Chiefs, who churned clock and tallied points immediately following the Chargers' touchdown. Here's more from Damian Williams, who talked about Kansas City's ability to put the hammer down late.
At the end of the day, for a minute, that's when everybody knows you're running the ball. And the EB does a great job of, emphasizing, we don't care if they know we're running the ball, we're going to run right at you, and that's where that hammer comes in. And at the end of the day, like I said, when you trust your O-line the way you do, you hit the holes a little differently.
That essentially locked up a 6th straight victory and ended the regular season on about as high a note as possible. All right, let's jump into some stats to know from this game. My first stat is 104. Mecole Hardman's kickoff return touchdown covered 104 yards, making it the 3rd longest kickoff return in franchise history. You just knew this guy was going to break one sooner or later, and it finally happened when the Chiefs needed it most. My second stat is 84. Damian Williams' 84-yard touchdown run marked his second score of at least 80 yards this season. That is absolutely incredible, and in fact, Williams is just the 7th player in NFL history to bust multiple touchdown runs of at least 80 yards in the same season. It's also worth mentioning that Tyreek Hill managed to catch up to Williams on both of those runs, not only displaying some absurd athleticism, but also the loose nature of this locker room. My final stat is 12. The Chiefs won 12 games for a second straight season, marking the first time in franchise history that the Chiefs have strung together 12-win campaigns. Kansas City also moved to 27-3 against the AFC West since 2015, which is the best 5-year stretch for any team against their division since the AFL-NFL merger. Lastly, Kansas City swept the AFC West for a 3rd time in franchise history and the 2nd time under Coach Reid. That all helped the Chiefs lock up the number 2 seed and a first-round bye along with the Patriots' loss, which leads into my final thoughts. What a game, what an afternoon, and what a season for the Chiefs. This team came into 2019 with massive expectations, and now all these months later, here we are with the 2nd seed in the postseason and a real shot at this thing. Kansas City is on a 6-game winning streak, and in that time, I'm not sure there's been a more balanced team in the NFL. Digging even deeper, the heart of this team has been on full display lately. The Chiefs knew they had a playoff spot locked up, and the odds of New England losing weren't high, but they still went out there and played their hearts out against a quality opponent eager to end their season on a high note, and all the Chiefs did was win yet again. It paid off in a big way in the end, and now Kansas City can rest up before going after the Lombardi Trophy. Frank Clark really put things in perspective after the game.
Just awesome. My first time being a part of a 12-win season. It's just an honor, to be somewhere so, around such amazing people, amazing coaches. And, my boys, man, like I said, I said it on Twitter the other day, I enjoy it. I literally enjoy it, coming in to work, coming here every, day and just spending time with these guys and just, continually challenging ourselves. It hasn't been an easy season. And the turnaround like we have, to end it on the win streak like we have, going into, now on the bye week and, the playoffs eventually. Man, it's just awesome, to see what this team can do after all the doubt, after all the hate in the beginning of the season. It's just awesome to see how we turned around.
Pretty awesome indeed. That's all I have today, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, as always. I'm Matt McMullen, signing off from Arrowhead, and I will see you all back here in a couple weeks. Happy New Year, everybody.